guys, welcome to my YouTube channel, and if you're new here, welcome. My name is MakkyLawson, aka MakkyLawson. So welcome to the tribe. Please subscribe. Okay, hope you guys are doing well since the last time we cut off my last video. I hope you're doing well, you're holding up tight with the current situation, but I'm sure everyone is doing well, and for those who are not, I hope you get better and God grants you and your family members the strength at this difficult time. So as you can see, I'm all glammed up. Today is our anniversary.
Woo! High five.
Oh, kids.
High five.
Kids. I was going to say high five.
High five.
Anyway, so yeah, we're 1 year today since our church wedding. And yeah, it's been beautiful, I would say. But anyway, the point of this whole video is just to give a review basically on how we give our honest opinion of how the last year has been, our first year of marriage. And I did put this up on Instagram for people to just ask questions that they wanted to know, obviously. And a few people were kind enough to give us their questions. So we are here to answer them and more, okay? So with no further ado, let's get right into it, right? Okie dokie. Can I see? Okay, so let's start off with the ones from Instagram. Okay? So are you ready?
No.
Okay, before we start with the questions for
The introduction.
everyone, really, you're old here, you're casted. You know, those days of me saying,
So
we have the has passed, it's over. Welcome to the channel. Oh, for those who don't know, he's my husband.
Really?
I just said we're celebrating our 1 year. It was duh.
Oh.
But anyway, guys, before we get into the question, I think it's. Do you want to say something how the last year has been, or do you want us to just dive right into the questions?
Let's dive right in.
Okay, guys, let's dive right in. Okay, so the first question is how we met. Okay, this question is, do you want to
answer?
do the honors?
How did we meet? Do you want to say the story? Say it. Go on, say it. I've probably said it a million times.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay,
It's very
so
interesting for me.
let's just actually start from where we met, okay? So officially, before we started dating, this was back in Lagos, Nigeria, and it was July 19th to be precise, and that was 2015. So it was at some fashion exhibition, this thing they do back in Lagos, where music meets fashion and food and things, so people just come and exhibit. So yeah, that was the environment. So it was like a park kind of vibe, outdoors. So a friend of mine had a stall, so I was gonna sell. Actually, this time I usually do sell, but this time I decided not to. So I just wanted to support her and just stay with her a while for a bit, and then while we're entertaining all our customers that are coming interested in yeah, he walked in, or yeah, he.
I just took a breath away, like boom, like.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, I've seen my baby.
Anyway, he came in with a friend, a lady, who obviously we thought would be interested because we were selling like vintage blouses back then, and then she said, come, why don't you come check out what we have and stuff, you know? And she was like, oh, let her try. She was checking out some things, and then she was like, oh, she didn't really see anything that she liked, that the colors were a bit too bright for her or something. I can't really remember. But then he's just like, oh, so sorry, we can't buy this time. I was like, okay. And I told him, I was like, oh, so do you really want to buy? Like, yeah, I would have. I was like, okay, if you really want to buy, you can get me one.
To be fair, from my own point of view, all I remember back then was my friend saying, "Oh, she didn't find anything she wanted." So I was like, "Okay, let's go to the next store." And then someone was like, "Oh, buy for me," and I'm like,
I'm someone now.
Who's this person? Like,
seriously,
I just heard a voice.
Oh wow!
Like, "Oh, buy for me." I'm like, "Who's this mousy sounding person?"
Guys.
And then I just look and I'm like, boom, and then our eyes met.
More like you were mesmerized.
Our eyes met.
I'm sorry, what are you
Come
shaking?
on, Gigi, come on now, don't be.
So anyway, guys, that's about it. But anyway, the interesting part about
I'm
this.
still hanging, babes.
The interesting part about this is we actually had met before.
Okay, so this is what happened. After she said bye for me, I obviously looked and I was like, okay, who's this person? And then obviously courtesy demanded I introduced myself. And I introduced myself. My name is Rockbo. And the first, her response was Rockbo as in Shani Rockbo. And I'm like, oh shoot. Now, for those people who know a bit about myself or her, Shani is my best friend. So her mentioning his name, I'm like, what has this crazy guy done? You know, for a lady, especially because I hadn't been in Lagos for a while, and then for me to come to Lagos the next day, someone is telling me Shani Rockbo. I'm like, okay, genge. And then she explains.
I don't think it was that serious. Like,
anyways, that was my first thoughts. Anyways, she then explained to me that she's best friends with my best friend's ex. Yeah, so our best friends are exes.
Or dater, basically.
Yeah,
has to be exes.
One of them ones.
But anyways, yeah, that's what happened, guys. So apparently we thought we just met, but apparently we had known each other. Yeah, way back. But yeah, that's
Went
that.
to the same uni.
It technically has been like
apparently even from birth. Probably some weird trips at the introduction, but
anyway, guys. Next question. So someone said, what has been the best thing about being married? I would say the best thing for me, at least in the first 1 year, is the fact that we are actually together. Because sometimes, in the first few months when I just moved back here, when I wake up and like maybe just a random day, like 7 days after, just wake up and I'm like, you're still here or something. Like, I don't know, like, okay, let me just give you why I'm saying that. So in the last 3 years, we haven't actually like been in the same place for long, I would say.
More than a month.
More than a month at least, because I left the UK January 2018, and then he came over to Nigeria for his birthday for a month or less.
2 weeks.
It was about 2 weeks, and then he left back to London, and then I went to Yankee, America, guys. Sorry, but yeah, I went there, and then he came over to meet me again. So it's just bits and bobs. We're not actually like living in the same place to like the way we were when I was in school. So I would say that's the best thing. At least, obviously there's more, but in the first few months I was like just enjoying the fact that okay, there's no going to be any airport runs or any last minute goodbye, no train station drop-offs and things. It's like, for real, I'm just going to sleep and I'm waking up, you're there. Like, even if you're not here, you're still there. So yeah. What's it been for you?
Well, the best part of the first year. For me, it's been the journey itself, to be honest. I think getting married is very interesting. I think the day-to-day, understanding the day-to-day struggles and the growth, getting to know each other on a newer level, because now it's like from the relationship stage where you could, front to some extent and act like you have options. Now you feel like
you ain't going
there's no
nowhere.
turning back. So you mentally have to adapt to that as well. Although to be fair, it's something you should have thought about.
Obviously, but then there's a difference between when you think of something and like, oh, I know what I'm saying, and then actually living it. They're two different things. So yeah. Anyways, next question. What?
Nothing.
So what's your favorite memory of the last year together? Last year. I've had a lot. It really depends on what it. Obviously, it doesn't have to be us going somewhere. There've been like, just. It can just be a brief moment, but some of those moments are special, I would say. So, but if I was to say one very good time, we actually having to travel as a couple, as a married couple, was really, really, I would say, it's one of the highlights of our first year of marriage. It was really, really good. We needed that break after the wedding, everything. We just needed to go away. And yeah, I would say it was the best 1 week out of the 365 days. You?
I don't know. Highlights. I don't know. Every day is a highlight.
Exactly.
Yeah, put it that way.
Okay. So let's see. Anything shocking you've learned about your spouse? Something. Is there anything? I don't think there's anything shocking. No, for me, I don't think there's anything that's been like, oh my god, you do this, or.
I think, no. I've adapted to her weirdness. She's a weirdo, but.
Guys, the person that actually says
I've gotten over the shock of her weirdness. Let's put it that way.
Does that make you feel any better? Like the fact that you're the annoying one, but yeah, okay, guys. If that makes him sleep well at night, let's just let him have it. But yeah, there hasn't been anything that would be like, oh my god, what was I thinking? Or yeah, I think maybe because we actually spent a lot of time together. When we're dating, and we've kind of seen it all, I hope. But yeah, so far so good. Yeah, okay. Let me see. If you could do anything different, what would you do?
In the past 1 year?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. Stress less to some extent. Yeah,
definitely. Oh yeah, okay, yeah, I was saying, oh my god, guys. I wouldn't say
smaller wedding.
Definitely not. No, in the last 1 year, we're not counting the wedding time. Okay. I'll say it was the period after the wedding where I had to wait for my passport to be returned. Guys, that's the longest. Yes. I wouldn't say I would do anything different. I would say I would do different in that time was worry less. Because trust me, guys, like I was on my toes, I lost weight, I wasn't eating, I was just sad because
trust me more.
We were not getting any information, and it was just like in limbo. Everybody was just hanging. But you know when you've done everything you're supposed to do, but then you're just like, what if? And then Google is not your friend, guys. I think I should actually do a video on that experience. That would be good stuff to actually talk about, because I'm sure there's will definitely be someone, or someone that would probably be applying for a spousal visa for the UK. Or I think most of them, they have different criteria, but I feel the weight and everything is still the same. So I think I should actually do a video. Leave a comment below if it's something you're interested to see, and I'll gladly do a video on that. Comprehensive, trust me. But yeah, that time I would just say I should have worried less, but because everything, as I say, works out for our good, and God has been faithful, so I can't really complain. It's been good, right?
has been good. Always.
Okay. My friends, okay, someone said everything. Well, we can't actually share everything because that would be us recapping 365 days. The video will be very long. But yeah. What has been the best thing about being married? Have I asked this question before?
Not really. I'm not sure you have. What's been the best thing about being
I
married?
think that I have. That's the one where I said waking up to realize that.
Well, I think you answered.
Yeah,
I don't know. Well, I don't know. Maybe I guess I have another answer. Oh yeah. The best thing, I don't know. Actually, the best thing about being married is having undiluted access to my wife.
Exactly. Same thing I
Yes.
said.
Uninhibited access, in a way.
Yeah. Okay, let's take like 2 more questions. Just picking out the ones that are more relevant. They're all relevant, don't get me wrong, but like most of them are repetitive, I would say. So what have you learned? What's different? Yeah, we've answered that. How have your feelings changed in this last year together?
I think for me, I've just become more understanding, patient to some extent.
Well, we try. Me too.
I guess.
We try.
And then we just learn to adapt. You
Yeah.
learn new things every day. It's not always, sometimes you're wrong. So you just learn
Definitely.
to adapt and learn the other person's lifestyle.
Personality, I guess. Well, it's as much as we have been together, obviously we dated for some time before getting married, but I would say marriage is like going to school. I would say they're giving you, someone told me that marriage is, you know how when you go to obviously uni or college or whatever, you obviously have to go through the classes, learn everything you need to learn, and then you receive your degree, your certificate at the end. But for marriage, you receive your certificate on the day you actually start.
At the beginning.
At the beginning. So you're already certified for it, but then you're actually now going to school to get for a certificate you already have, if that makes any sense. So you're still learning. You might have been given the certificate saying you're married or you're good, you're good at what it is, but you're still going in there to learn because you don't know what you're going to expect, you don't know what you're going to see. Fine, you might have 1 or 2 ideas, but I would say it's a learning curve. So we learn every day and we learn to adapt. Okay? So yeah, pretty much that's it. And let's take 1 more question. Oops. Sorry guys. Okay. So let me see. I think we've answered almost everything. Okay, so let's just round it up by saying this one is, what is something you have done that has worked and really made a difference in your marriage that you would give as an advice to be successful to others on their wedding day?
What?
So obviously, what have we learned, or rather, what's something we have done that has worked for us, that has really made a difference in our marriage, and we can give as an advice to any of our friends or family on your day of getting married. Do you want to go first, or should I go? Okay. So what I would say, like I previously said, marriage you learn, right? So I believe that you already know, or before you get into marriage, before you get married, you already know maybe what your partner's, I wouldn't say use the word weakness, or their flaws, if that's, I think that's a better word. So not everyone is perfect. We obviously have one thing or the other that we're trying to work on to become a better person. So I believe that your partner should obviously be aware of those things, or that thing. It might just be maybe anger issues, communication, which I feel that these are things that are very important in marriage. You need to be able to communicate. And I think that's something that it's not like we're not communicating, but we learn to actually communicate. There's a difference between having a conversation and I'm being heard and he's being heard. So we are actually listening, because it's one thing, some people that just actually say they're communicating, but you're just talking over themselves, and at the end no one actually got any nothing was communicated basically. So I think that's something that we've learned over time and we're still working on. It's not something that's going to be perfected overnight, but I feel that it's something that's very important. So it doesn't have to be, for us that's what it is, but it can be different in every relationship. So I just feel, know those things, try to adapt and work on those things together as a couple, and I believe that should work. It's something that I believe should work for everyone. It's just regardless of, or depends on what this particular thing is. So yeah, that's it for me. You?
Well, I'd say not keeping an open mind in your relationship, in terms of not having expectations based on generic roles within the relationship, not expecting to, having unrealistic expectations of your partner. The moment you realize that everybody has a starting point and an opportunity to grow, you should be able to understand your partner at what points in their life they are, and see the potential, the growth potential in their life. So that way it helps you at whatever stage you guys meet, you kind of understand where they're trying to go and how the journey would or is headed. And that way you can work together to be able to achieve each other's goals and help each other grow. Yeah. What was the question again?
So yeah, that's our advice too. That's what we've done for ourselves, and I think it's something that a lot of couples should go into your marriage with having an idea of. So, like I said, you're learning. So no marriage is perfect. It's a work in progress. So it's constant work. It's not, oh, we have it good today and tomorrow. Every day is not the same. So just work. Different couples, different situations. So, but yeah, that's a few questions that we can take for today. Hope at least the few questions that we answered has passed on or helped someone, or you never know. If there are any specific questions that you may have, feel free to leave your comments below and I will answer them, send you a reply as I always do. And yeah, so what did we do today? Nothing really, obviously, with the current situation. Okay, we did something. I mean, obviously, when I say we're not going out, obviously, because there's a lockdown. But hey, this is the time to get creative. Like, I actually did a shoot for my birthday, which is actually in 2 days. Today is the 27th. My birthday is 2 days. Sorry, my birthday 2 days after, was 2 days after, or is after our wedding. And yes. So yeah, I had this idea in my head, and yeah, but I'm sure by now you should have seen the pictures. I'm sure you liked it. But yeah, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and we have more videos coming. I'm going to try to be much more consistent. Please remember to share, like, and subscribe, and share to your friends. Tell people to tell people. So I have more interesting and informative and educational and different kinds of videos that can just be helpful to someone out there. So from us to you.
Ciao.
Till we see or meet or watch my video again.
Or read your comments.
Or read my comments. So do take care, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Bye.